Why did Secretary Austin reject the plea deal? And what does this signify about the administration's stance on justice for the 9/11 attacks, sir?
Well, the 9/11 attack is a terrorist attack qualified as such and admitted as such by the international community. So the consequences is to prosecute uh, all the people involved in these attacks and to have justice done. The issue is that the US has parked these people in another territory, which is not a US territory, which is a territory under the control of the US, but it is in Cuba and the land of Cuba. And here, it's not under the normal US jurisdiction process. And therefore, the prosecution did not continue, the proceedings did not continue in a normal way. And now it has been a long time. And some people are declared eligible to be freed from the Guantanamo without a judgment. And this is something which is abnormal. The US has had this attack on their territory. They have their own people and other people attacked on their territory and their citizens and different citizens from the world. The people taken in this attack and qualified as terrorists, they must have received a normal judicial process and received their punishment when it is required. Now, this is a fact now. The Obama administration, the Biden administration has declared that they will close down this Guantanamo base.
Sir?
Yes, but they did not do it, and they declared several times to do it.
Why didn't they do it, sir?
Well, they did not do it. It's a failure in taking decisions because they have to do it. And the point is that if they do it, they have to transfer these people, the terrorist people, these terrorists. They have to transfer them on the U.S. mainland and to have them. Receive the normal due process, and it doesn't mean that they will be freed. It means that they have to receive the normal due process. It's the honor of democracies.
And okay, sir, how does this decision affect the ongoing legal proceedings at the Guantanamo Bay, and what challenges might it pose for the military judicial system, sir?
The point is that the judiciary system did not take all the measures to make the justice, and this is it's not a good thing for the judicial system in the U.S. Why? Because they have elements to prosecute these people. They did not do it. And they parked these people, and they gave an argument to the opponents of democracies and state of laws to say, look, when they don't want to apply these standards, they don't do it. They put them in Guantanamo. And from a legal point of view, it's a mistake. Why is it a mistake? Because it's a political mistake. It's a legal mistake. From a legal point of view, if you indict people, if you put charges on people, and if you tell that they have committed crimes, and they have done crimes in several countries, not only on the US and on 9/11, you have to prosecute them, obtain condemnations, and then put them in jail. And But to park them in Guantanamo, all the human rights people, all the legal people, and the legal community, they said, this is wrong to behave like that. You give a possibility for their supporters, the supporters of terrorism, to say that they don't treat them normally and they just want to park them in a camp in Guantanamo in a human situation, and then you leave them for years and years. And the point is, some have a fear that if they take them in on the U.S. territory, they will have to they can take advantage of the protection of freedom in the U.S.
Okay, sir, from the perspective of international human rights law, how can we perceive a detention facility like the Guantanamo Bay in which reportedly grave violations were committed against detainees, sir?
The detention at this facility of Guantanamo Bay is, from a legal point of view, illegal. It could be legal if it was a provisional detention. It could be legal if it could be there for a special process to identify or to investigate. But when it takes so many years, so long time, so many years, then it goes against the international standards of a fair and equitable treatment. And this gives a leverage for the people supporting the terrorism in general, or they are against the state of law, and to say, look here, they are not respecting their own rules. I believe that this U.S. must now come back to normal and close down this facility and take them in the U.S. territory and have a full trial, give them all the guarantees, because when you give them full guarantees, but they have committed crimes, they will be condemned, in fact. So there is no fear about that.
Okay, sir, one last question, please, sir. How do you assess the ongoings in light, of course, of the feeling of the victims' families and who have expressed, of course, mixed reactions to this decision, sir?
Well, the idea which is now, the policy which is followed now, is to negotiate with their countries of origin and to take them back there. But even with that, the victims, they are now, they did not see justice done. They have seen people taken, they have without judgment, and now they will be delivered or remitted to their home countries. But victims are still starving for justice, and they are in need of justice, and justice was not done. And justice need not to be done, but need to be seen to be done. And now the victims, they did not see the justice has been done. And this is a problem. And this is why the state of law requires to see justice be done. And this is important for the victims and important for the legal system, for the international legal system, to protect the victims. And we see this also on the other side. We can see it in Gaza, we can see it in south of Lebanon, we can see it in, and this is why we need to see the criminals taken to justice, and the justice give them the due process, and to have them condemned, so the victims are, at least they have this satisfaction that the justice was done and seen to have been done.